for trouble.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the debut episode of the Nothing But Trouble podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Archie Mitchell, and tonight we plan to bring to you a barrage of different information of top fives, top sixes, you name it, we're here to give it to you. But I'm not alone. So let me lower this music and introduce you to the rest of my co-hosts. Starting to my right, we got
the Deacon of Pain, Jimmy Wayne.
Hi, my name is Rocky. I'm a 35-year-old cis male. My pronouns are he, him. And it's not that I hate everyone here. It's just I wish I didn't know any of them.
Wallace the Train.
Hi, I'm Anthony Zero.
BPZ.
Sonny Z right here.
The man with the biggest arms in Jersey, no matter what anybody says, Cody.
excellent. So,
That's a lie.
You want to be Anthony
That's a
Zero?
fucking lie.
It's done.
It's done.
You already introduced yourself.
That's a lie means done.
Drop this.
So basically,
That's what I refer to myself as. Yeah.
so basically,
My alter ego.
what we're doing here, ladies and gentlemen, we're a group of 8 lifelong friends who love everything from music to movies to food to sports, you name it. And we're going to come to you once a week and talk about our favorites. And tonight, we have a lot of different favorites. So, before we start, anybody else got anything they'd like to say?
What? You
What?
said it. I was talking in my room.
It's not where I parked my car.
Right.
I'm just here to read the comments.
You invited us here.
All right. Anything else to say, BPZ?
We also used to like that thing back in the early 90s. What was it again?
Fudge?
Close to it.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start out with our
Butterscotch
first category, and that is restaurants. And I'm going to look to my right again and go to the Deacon of Pain. Jimmy Wayne, what would you say your favorite restaurant could be anywhere in the world that where you've eaten?
Favorite restaurant, eat with the family. I'm going to go with the Cheesecake Factory.
Ooh.
I mean, they have the best appetizers for me. You have your best entree and the greatest dessert, in my opinion, a cheesecake.
Cheesecake, it's on the
With,
name.
I think 40 or 50 variations of cheesecake.
I agree. I agree.
Cheesecake, I can understand that one. You
Yeah.
know, it's. Do you guys remember when the Cheesecake Factory first opened here? We didn't understand what it was.
Yes.
What kind of big deal it was?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like a giant
See,
deal.
actually, I knew that restaurant 15 years before.
Well,
They
Mark
had it in Washington. When they opened it here,
Right.
I couldn't wait to get in there.
Mark Blanchard's we went to the Cheesecake Factory. It was like Maestros. It was like
It was
No
So-
name dropping.
Even at the last podcast, he's always been dropping names.
Dropping names. For me, Cheesecake Factory is the most expensive of the franchise restaurants. I feel
I
very
feel it very
up-
above it.
every upper class,
Yeah.
very elegant.
I mean, it's expensive if you're poor.
It's definitely expensive. My colleague to my right, what would you say
Rocky,
is
your favorite restaurant?
Um, probably Carmine's,
Okay.
but not the Atlantic City one-to-one Times Square.
The one Times Square is nice.
It's better.
It's probably
There's a difference.
Cleaner.
Probably my favorite restaurant.
Okay. What do you like to order there?
Oh God! Well, the best thing there is the problem with Carmine's is they have daily specials. So I don't know what day of week it is, but it's these breaded chicken medallions in like a lemony butter sauce
Ooh.
over like spinach and potatoes.
Their shrimp scampi's to die for.
I'm starting to get hungry here.
Their
Yeah, I'm
calamari's
sorry.
really good. Their ziti's good. It's all good.
And you go there, and you go there one person or so?
I go there one person because I hate my wife and kids.
Oh my God.
These all sound like hot leads.
Skip Wally because Carmine's was also my favorite.
Yes.
restaurant.
Go right ahead. Yes.
I was actually
two
about
agreed.
to say I thought that I was in the minority with that one.
Carmine's is also my favorite restaurant for the simple fact of the family portions.
Right.
Right.
So it emphasizes family and taking your family there. I think that the steak with the sausage and the mayonnaise
Yeah.
That the big giant steak platter.
probably one of the best steaks you're gonna get.
I agree with you.
And the appetizers are incredible. The hot and cold antipastos. I personally like the chicken with the lemon and butter sauce.
Yeah.
The Marseille, the Marsalis.
No, that's not for
Chicken
Chicken-
Princess.
chicken
Princess,
franchise.
okay.
Franchise is my
Hey,
favorite
you know what? I
there.
really am hungry now.
Yeah.
You know what? The one thing I will say though about Carmine's is see, people don't like it because the chicken parmesan. You don't go there and get chicken
Right.
parmesan.
No,
You
no.
go to Patsy's or go to
Very
Char-
and has very underrated dessert there too. In my opinion, and tiramisu is probably the best tiramisu you're gonna get
The
anywhere.
chicken
Don't forget about the
Princess.
Titanic.
Oh my God.
the steak with the sausage, the stuff, the veal
The-
chop,
the
the chicken
shrimp
with the.
parmesan is probably
Unbelievable.
the best
Shrimp parmesan is on point.
Wallace and I went there one night and ordered their charcuterie board. The whole table was filled with food. We couldn't get through
was
it.
ridiculous.
I mean,
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Carmine's have the kitchen sink, or am I thinking of another restaurant?
no, that's the different restaurants. They have the
That's
Titanic where it's a big cake.
Is,
A dessert.
Panera Bread.
Panera Bread.
Cookie. It's a cookie.
And ladies and gentlemen, the first ball has officially been dropped. And there goes my Jim Wayne.
All right,
Everybody
well-
clap for him. Yay!
Wallace,
All right.
Fuck you.
Wallace,
Hey.
pick up the ball. What's your favorite place to eat at, Wal?
When you sent me this to think of best restaurants last night, I'm thinking of all the places I've ate, and I kept going back to, but I would always pick Outback over all of that.
Outback is good.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
I was really thinking about, like, wait a second, do I really like Outback that much? Yeah, Bloomin' Onion,
They got the best buffalo wings you're gonna get.
Buffalo,
I agree.
the coconut shrimp.
Best bacon
And for some reason,
cheeseburger.
their twin lobster tails.
It's
they're gonna
delicious.
have is delicious.
I'll never get
Their chopped
over.
salad.
We went to Outbacks, and
I never ate
now the wings. I didn't notice because I see wings, I pick them up, I eat them. You understand? But my daughter looked at the wings, and there's hair on them. Now we
Delicious.
bring the manager. There's hairy wings. What the hell's going on?
Mhm.
No, they're supposed to be like that.
What are you talking about?
They're supposed to be like that. Well, normally they fry off the hair,
That's
That's
from the
on
feathers that they
Feathers,
pluck. Yeah.
but we just leave them on. Well,
That's gross.
Take this back.
yes, but I think I still finished it.
Oh my
That's how
God.
good it was.
Delicious.
All right, so let's go to the Sandman. Sunny Z, where you at on where you like to eat?
Restaurant would have to be Houston Steakhouses. I am a fan of steak. I've
We all are.
tried many steaks,
Good choice.
whether they be $100 ones, cheap ones, manly
Right.
ones, pretty ones. This is the only steak I could eat without having nothing on it. No steak sauce whatsoever.
He's right about that.
For some reason, I don't know why, it's just a baked potato there. It's loaded. It's the best baked potato you're gonna
Oh
find.
yeah, it's filling too. You could eat all the
During-
potato, not eat anything
During the
else.
pandemic, I went there and they had no baked potatoes, and it just wasn't the same. And I asked them, so you're telling me because there's a pandemic we can't have a baked potato stuff?
No restaurant
What?
had baked potatoes.
I don't know what the problem
But they
was.
brought it back though.
Well, they're back now.
God answered my
I
prayers.
question. Isn't Houston's Hillstone?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
they're all
It's
one.
Hillstone.
So it's
Yes.
a collaboration of different restaurants,
Right.
franchise.
What were we gonna
As
say?
good as the Hawaiian steak is there, the prime rib.
Oh my
might
God,
be
yes.
even
There's
better.
not been a bad thing I've had
You want to know
there.
how good Houston's is? I ate it this year for my anniversary. Got violently ill food poisoning.
Now, why is
And it
that?
was
Because
still-
you're
everything is. I'm allergic to pineapple, and I didn't know everything is made with pineapple.
Can I give a crazy stat?
Go ahead.
Never had it.
Never
Really?
had either, Russell.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh,
You gotta
Okay.
be trying
Well, I
that, guys.
got
You're missing out.
Hillstone in
I've had
Houston.
Hillstone, but I've never had Houston. I've had the one in
Now
New York.
see,
The one in New
me
York?
and Angelo, oops. Me and Angelo should start our own podcast because
Get to
like
Houston.
if we're already like we have Carmine's and the Houston.
Can I,
See, this is why I like Angelo more than all of you guys.
So he's the one you hate to leave.
But the sushi.
I guess I'm Angelo now. I'm not Anthony anymore.
Hey!
People don't know
You
how
got
good the
two names.
sushi
I do
is.
got two names.
If you go to the New York Hillstone.
has sushi.
Yes, the best
I wasn't aware of
sushi you're
that.
gonna eat. California roll,
I
hands
never had
down.
it there.
And where's that at?
The one in New York.
BPZ, favorite restaurant.
Well, see, I don't know if it counts, but if you guys ate Uncle Julio's before and think Uncle
Oh, yeah.
Julio's is good, no.
No.
It's Uncle Julio's, but real food.
Mhm.
Taco Express in Miami.
I've heard about this place. I haven't eaten there
Listen,
yet.
we went during the bad time of the pandemic. We wasn't leaving, and we went and ate there 4 times, me and my family. They bring out the steak, fried in front of you, well done. What's the gypsy steak we love again?
Oh,
The Ito Seiko.
Skirt.
Oh, no, skirt steak.
Skirt steak.
They bring you fried. They bring you the roasted peppers with the
yeah,
tomatoes.
last time we went, we ate there like 4 times.
I think
Now,
it's
can I ask you something?
I don't know if it counts in the job.
No, it does. Yeah, it could be anywhere.
To me, that's the best restaurant, and I've been to Chicago. I've been to California.
Right.
And
Thanks
know
for the
what?
phone
That's
call.
still my favorite.
Now, can I ask you
I
something?
thought
You're
you were
saying
gonna
the
say
one
a
in
bad
Miami?
seafood place.
Paul, you're
Where
saying
you
the one.
crack the bag and it brings all the seafood
That
in
one
it.
was, that's good too, but they have those around.
Paul, you're saying the one in Miami.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten the one in Orlando?
Well, I guess I meant Orlando.
Okay.
It's the same one.
Okay. Okay.
The one in the little mini mall, right?
You would never think
Yeah.
Driving down.
what you're
Yep.
walking into, but before this
Every
is
time
good.
we went in
really
there,
good.
it was $300. I didn't care giving it.
Right. The food was good. Steve Cody. Favorite
All
restaurant.
right. I like all the choices all my friends had.
What's
I'm gonna
that,
have
Louise?
a little bit of a weird one, but it reminds me of my favorite restaurant, which is Bennigan's. Okay?
Okay.
But unfortunately, we don't have no Bennigan's.
You know, I
anymore.
would have
Not
said
anymore.
that again.
Sonny, do you
So,
remember when we both went
Houlihan's.
to Brannigan's?
You sent me to
Oh my
Brannigan's.
God.
Was the worst food
Houlihan's.
I ever ate.
Houlihan's.
Let the man talk.
Is pretty good. It's a pretty close
Hula
to
hands?
I like their
Houlihan's.
drinks. They come in that little punch
their
bowl.
drinks are good.
Yeah.
Usually I always get either their meatloaf, which is fantastic,
I had
or
that.
I get the chicken buffalo finger dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You love that crazy dessert they got there.
Oh, they got a Kahlua cake, brownie. They got their desserts are nuts. So I would definitely tell people that's listening to this, if you don't know Houlihan's,
Find one.
give it a shot. And
know
their
where I'm taking
nachos
Cody to
are
dinner.
pretty
Right.
good.
Now,
Now,
to any
I
of these
would've-
restaurants, if you want to send us gift cards,
Yeah.
we'll come down.
Be our
and eat.
guest.
Now, I would have thought you was going to say your favorite restaurant was, ready for it, you know what's coming, Bob Evans.
Yeah, maybe.
You do like Bob Evans.
See, I'll tell you the story behind the Bob Evans. What he's making fun of, because normally when we're always in Orlando, we will eat at Waffle House like 2 days in a row. Okay, so
He's still
normally
mad about it.
on the third day, it's like, hey, we got to change it up a little.
Right.
bit,
Who wants to eat
And
Waffle House every
go
day?
to Bob Evans. Now, Bob Evans is good.
And you were like, God damn,
But-
this is crazy.
I would rather eat Bob Evans over Waffle House.
I
Listen,
agree.
Said no one ever.
Actually,
Well-
the next debate should be that Waffle House, very, very overrated, hate it, don't like it.
I
like
don't
it.
even know you anymore.
You didn't like me at the beginning of the podcast.
Listen,
Yeah, but I knew
All right.
who you were.
So
I love Waffle House.
since I'm going last here,
I love Waffle House.
since I'm going last here,
You're up to
I'm a little bit off the beaten path because I'm going all the way to Las Vegas with where I like to eat, and it's a restaurant called Primal.
Mm.
They had a tomahawk steak for $6 that was perfect for me and the 3 other people I was with. They had a burning dessert that they light on fire and let it melt around the table as you're eating it.
This is what they have the meat in front that you can see.
Yes,
It, right? Yeah.
yes.
I
Like
never
more
ate it,
than-
but I heard good things.
Like Morton's,
Yeah.
exactly. They had a bacon jam and it was unbelievable. And then you drink out of a horn. And it's the full experience, like medieval times, but for adults, not for the kids.
Maybe I hate you now.
I'm sorry. So I kind of hope we didn't make you hungry out there in podcast
Now,
land.
Can I,
medieval times with or without Jim Carrey?
Without.
All right. I never mentioned the food in Cheesecake Factory because I'm going to lose my sponsorship that I don't have a Cheesecake
I
Factory.
understand.
Okay, favorite dishes at Cheesecake Factory, real quick: the chicken mandarin and the
All
steak
the
Diane,
appetizers.
which is basically a steak or chicken Marcel.
You
Is
just want to make their
phenomenal.
mouth water now, don't you?
Or the chicken Bellagio or the Louisiana chicken pasta.
All right. So moving on.
Hang on.
Oh,
Before
go ahead.
that, though, guys, I want you all to stay tuned because in a couple of weeks we're going to be doing best pizza in New Jersey.
Yes, and we will be doing this from on location. So
So stay
I think
tuned.
you wanna stay
If you're
tuned
not
for that.
hungry listening to this because I know I sure fucking.
Oh,
am.
yeah. So
can't
did I.
think of one I really like.
I can eat a whole
moving
pie
on
by
to our
myself.
That's
next
our next subject.
Our next subject is our favorite SNL skits. And I'm going to go first because mine is from kind of far back. I always loved when Eddie Murphy did Buckwheat. Whether it was Buckwheat Sings and the way the list came out.
Looking for what?
Put it for now.
Right.
There's the wrong
Betty
place.
Davis.
They go old school, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
I-
his Bucky Christmas
Oh, yeah.
album was
Oh, yeah.
you're not beating.
It was hysterical, and that's not an SNL skit that would fly today.
No.
No.
So, you know,
SNL at its prime.
Mhm.
Yes.
exactly. Wally, go ahead. Hit us up with yours.
My favorite one that's very controversial is The Rock's child molesting. But whenever I'm in a shitty mood, I go on YouTube and I'll put this on, and I'll die laughing.
I
It's a
don't know
newer
if I've
one.
seen it.
It's the newer one with The Rock,
Wow.
and it's evil villains, weapons they're supposed to be making. One guy's making a shrink gun, another guy makes an ice gun. He makes a child molesting robot. Now everyone's
What's
booing
more
him.
evil than that?
Or even
You
that,
ain't
exactly.
beating that.
How do you get the robot to molest? Well, you molest the robot and hope it proceeds on.
You know what? I gotta watch
All
it
right.
later.
All right, Rocky.
To add controversy for
Go
an
ahead.
SNL skit, do you remember the Canteen Boy with Alec Baldwin?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That
Yeah.
was a water boy.
Bad.
Yeah,
That
that's-
was the water boy.
Oh, he's so funny, Canteen Boy. Make me laugh some more.
Rocky, what's your favorite SNL skit?
Can I just comment on yours?
Go
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You creepy.
Safety obvious. Safety obvious.
You creepy.
Oh, you're
Little
sick.
creepy.
You're sick.
All
That's
right.
fucking hysterical, though.
What's
You're creepy. For me, it's any What's Up with That skit.
Keenan-
Anytime it's the What's Up with That. And the real humor of that skit is when Jason Sudeikis jumps out in the red Adidas jumper
Right.
He
suit
does,
and just starts dancing.
right?
Anything What's Up with
No,
That.
the Lindsey Buckingham look.
And the Lindsey Buckingham and yous don't know this. I'm a music freak. I love anything to do with music.
Oh, they'll know soon because they're going to get that in a couple episodes.
Top 5 favorite albums.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sonny?
So yeah, anything. What's Up with That.
It was really tough for me for two. One that I wanted to pick but I didn't was Alec Baldwin's classic sweaty.
Sweaty wiener, sweaty balls. Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna go with probably my favorite skit of anything of all time, More Cowbell and Will Ferrell.
I watched it recently. It's still hysterical.
Easily one of the most silly and over the top. For me to explain it to you makes no sense. It's
One
literally just,
guy out of here had to put that.
it's literally just Will Ferrell at his best.
Sonny,
There's a lot of breaking where everyone's cracking up during it.
Sonny,
Yeah.
I got a fever. There's only one
right.
cure.
You're
One
all gonna be
Cowbell.
wearing gold diapers.
What
What does that even mean?
All right, fun fact about that skit. Dress rehearsal, he had a normal shirt on. When the skit came on live, he
It was too
decided to
small.
get
A
an
DV,
extra
yeah.
smaller shirt for his belly stick out, and maybe that made the skit more classic.
Hit us with yours, Anthony Angelo.
All right, mine is a pretty good one because I just love their chemistry together.
Oh, yeah.
It's Justin Timberlake
Oh, that's
and
perfect.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Fallon,
that's
the
okay.
Barry Gibbs talk show.
The song is the
Come
best part. Oh, my God.
Everything that they do on it.
I thought
It's
you was
just
gonna say
a
something
home run.
with the box.
No, the Barry Gibbs talk show is just, it's classic. It's all
Oh my
them,
God.
and you can just see the chemistry that they have there. It's just, it's the best. And he is so bland when he does the other Gibbs brother.
Right.
And he acts
He's
just
calm
like
and
one of his
collected.
actors.
No, it's
It's just the best.
it's definitely one of the best because, like you said, you got one guy that's like jumping up and doing
Right.
kicks and things, and then you got the one guy that's just like
And then especially
No,
the
no,
episode
that's all
where they
right.
actually brought Barry Gibbs
Oh my-
on
that
there.
was- yeah.
Classic.
it's hands down fantastic.
BPZ?
Well, it's funny that I guess me and my brother would think exactly the same. I was gonna say my favorite skit was Alec Baldwin and his Sweetie Balls, but I am gonna say I thought Angela was going with it. I guess because I love Justin Timberlake. I'm a huge Justin Timberlake fan. Dick in the
Box. Oh my God.
Probably.
Yeah, come on. That's Andy Samberg.
Open it up. What is it? It's my dick in a box.
Anything Andy Samberg does, but I'll go in old school. Is probably my favorite
He's
skit.
truly one of the best
That's
hosts.
good.
Actually,
To a
all
diamond
thing
ring.
had one-
Does that shit
Literally,
don't
when
mean
that song
anything?
went on for the first time and I seen it,
I was
my no, what am I watching? What is happening?
Like I'm not. I didn't watch for another year and a half until he came on again and did
Right.
You're My Mother Lover.
Right.
You know, I waited that long.
Right.
To watch it again.
You know, even though they're talking about a box, right? And then literally they went out of the box
Yeah, they really
talking
did.
about
When they explain
the dick in
what
the
to
box.
do,
Yeah.
it was
Right.
it was
1, cut a hole in the box. 2, put the dick in the box. 3.
I gotta say, as funny as Dick in the Box is,
The mother was just as good.
the one that's funnier was the one with Lady Gaga. It's not gay when it's in a three-way. There's some leeway.
I tried to like it, but I thought I was forcing myself to like it.
No, when Lady Gaga comes in,
No,
hey,
no,
I
she's
know
good.
most guys don't freak.
Yeah.
It's
No.
That is
and
good.
plus she looked terrible in
Yeah,
that skit.
awful.
Awful.
Artie, what is your favorite skit?
I already said. I said buckwheat. It's on Steve Cody over here.
All right.
Buckwheat.
gonna
I'm starting
go
us off.
with one that I'm surprised no one thought of.
Okay.
The Jeopardy.
Oh my God!
You know, I was thinking about the
It don't count,
Jeopardy.
though,
There's
because
so many.
it is just
But it's a recurring
Yeah,
skit. It's
but-
one of the
but-
Yeah,
top
but
5
Sean
best.
Connery and Alex Trebek.
Sean Connery.
Put it up your mother's ass, Trebek.
It's
Tom
just-
Hanks not that long ago.
You're not beating that.
But Burt Reynolds is on there. It's
Oi,
fantastic.
Burt Reynolds, where did you come from? Burt Reynolds is everywhere. What are you talking about?
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Okay, was just
Well, I think last
fantastic.
year Tom Hanks was on.
The
Yeah.
answers that they
That
was
one was-
giving, it was
Who
just
is
so.
Andre the Giant? No, really, who is he?
Who is it?
Who is it?
So
Who is
yeah,
it?
I'm gonna go with Jeopardy. You're
I'll
not
take
beating
famous tits for 500.
All right.
Famous titles.
Suck it,
right.
Trebek.
Write any number. Any number.
I will
You
take.
win.
I will take the rapist for 400. That's
That's
therapist.
Anytime Sean Connery would talk about Trebek's mother.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Name this
Put it up
comedy.
your mother's ass, Trebek.
All right, would you guys say that Suck It Trebek was one of the famousest
The
quotes?
Yes.
greatest line of all time.
Yes.
Suck it, Trebek.
Well, see, I would have went with another one. I would have went with Alec Baldwin when he molested the children.
Yeah.
That was a pretty
No,
funny one. too,
whatchamacallit?
I'm not gonna lie.
Kenny
Kenny
Boy.
Boy.
That gave Adam Sandler Waterboy character.
Hey, you know what? There's a reason you two guys are so close because you're creepy.
You know,
Jimmy.
though, the thing was, I was contemplating, but like Archie said, there's so much reoccurrence. Was there anything Alec Baldwin, Donald Trump
No.
was fantastic?
The Donald Trump
The
was
Donald Trump one was
Alec
fantastic.
Baldwin.
All of the old Bill Clinton ones. They didn't put like
Yeah.
Oh my
just
God! When
one-
Bill Clinton goes
and they do old George
to
Bush
McDonald's,
Al Gore ones.
Yeah.
Oi.
he's just eating the food.
He's
Oh
eating
my
everybody's food.
God.
This is pirates. See, when they steal his French fries,
Yeah,
pirates.
but-
It's hard to pinpoint one.
But the Donald Trump one, I apologize. I popped it, pooped
I'm
it.
actually going to say something. Anyone watch one in the last year?
Okay,
No.
I
Except for
am-
you, I think you're the only
listen
one.
to me. It's like
No.
I'm trying to keep a relationship
I
going,
know,
and there's
I know
no.
you're the only one.
Hard.
So
look,
that's me.
I don't know what. I
I
think it's
have
the
it.
writing.
Also-
It's the writing is not funny.
No.
it's
They don't have
not
any funny
funny.
writers left. Tina
Oh,
Fey
no,
left.
you wanna
Disney
know
left.
number
Everyone
one
left.
I
thing
don't
why-
even know who's on it anymore.
You want to know the reason why SNL is not funny no more? They don't have no recurring
Yeah.
sketches.
Right.
No famous
Yeah.
shows
There's
on
no
after
famous
that.
sketches.
That's
That
why-
this sketch is on. That's also. I could do a whole hour.
Right.
That's why I
Nowadays,
went
though,
with
they can't make
what's
fun
up
of
with that?
anything anymore.
Right. They're
It's
afraid they're going to
not-
offend
Well,
somebody.
that's a good point.
There's no real recurring sketch. All right.
That's why the Trump one was something people was tuning on to see what's the new.
What's
Trump
Alec
one
Baldwin
gonna
gonna
be.
do? Right.
Also
It's
something
on-
that
it's
people
on-
are talking about is the Alec Baldwin doing Robert De Niro on there.
Well,
Classic.
All right. My
Jimmy,
favorite.
what is
my-
your
look,
favorite?
It's to me. It's one of the greatest funny shows of all time. Is SNL. It's one of my favorites.
And that's why I said you're the only
Yeah,
one who watches it.
My favorite sketches, I could do 100 of them. First one that really comes to mind that was really like, oh my God, people were talking about it. Remember, me and my phone were talking about it the morning after Sunday. Did you see that skit? Oh my God. When they were doing the Joe Pesci show,
I was going to say, I knew you were
Now-
going to say, yeah.
it was a big build-up because this was a recurring thing and it was funny. Every time it would kill. But when the real Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro
Yeah.
came, if you've never seen it, Google it or go on YouTube. It is one of the greatest sketches because there was so much film. Jeff Brewer would do it, and then Colin Quinn was Robert De Niro, but always whoever was the host. Was
Alec
Robert De
Baldwin
Niro.
did Robert De
Yeah,
Niro
he
one
was
time, right?
But when
No,
the
he
real
would-
Joe
no,
Pesci,
he would constantly do Robert De Niro. But
Right.
for that 1 week when they got the real,
Bro, oh my
Robert
God,
De
it
it was
Niro,
perfect.
was the
they switched to
greatest.
Colin Quinn.
It was
and
the greatest skit. It was the biggest pop you've ever seen.
Yeah,
People were
but,
talking
yeah.
about it on newspapers.
The shampoo when he replaced the fuck with
That was
shampoo.
Yeah.
John Goodman. That was good.
That was fantastic.
What kind
Shampoo
of
me,
shampoo?
shampoo you.
What kind of shampooing question is that?
All right. Next up on the docket, ladies and gentlemen, conspiracy theories.
Mm.
And I know we sound like we're acting like an episode of Jeopardy with all of these categories, but this is what we came down to for our opening show. And I'm going to go ahead and go to my man, Angelo Anthony Zero. Tell us what your favorite and craziest conspiracy theory is.
Well,
He's gonna have
if
some good
you
ones.
go on YouTube and you type in conspiracies, it's just you could go down
It's
a
a
rabbit
rabbit
hole.
Oh, yeah.
You could just lose your mind for hours and just not know where you are. So I got into, over the summer, all of the moon landings that never happened, the Apollo missions that they never
hidden
announced,
ones.
the hidden Apollo missions.
Okay.
And there is actually footage of them on the moon and finding an alien, and it was just a base and just
A
everything.
hidden
on
door, you
there.
showed me one.
Right, there's one.
Did you ever watch the Fox documentary?
With Mitch Pileggi from the X Files.
No, not the one where they cut up the alien. The one where they
No, Mitch Pileggi did we land on the moon?
And it was like-
made me believe they never landed.
An alien that was mummified, and it's just they something that they don't tell you about is, okay, the last, I think, Apollo mission was 72 or 74, if it serves me correct.
I believe so.
But they had supposedly scheduled, which they still had them scheduled. This is where the conspiracy theory comes in, which was all the way up to 1980. So they had, I don't know the exact numbers, but they had like 3 or 4 more
Billions of dollars. ready to
Right.
go.
conspiracy Apollo missions that they claim. So that's just that's my
All right.
To add more to what he said, last year, the rabbit hole that he's talking about lasts for months. He told me last year, and I didn't believe him until I went, the moon does not rotate. It just
Oh.
stands still. No, what are you talking? You nuts. And I go on there, and being 38 years old,
You guys didn't learn about this in school?
just the moon don't
the
rotate.
dark side of the moon.
Did you understand? I always thought the dark side of the moon was just like the other side of the moon.
No, it's
No,
not.
I thought it was a
the dark
Fleetwood,
side of the
the
moon.
side that never sees the sun.
No.
We never see that part of the moon.
So it's not just a Pink Floyd.
Well, that's
album.
hold on. Not to
No,
cut
that's
you off.
actually
That's
what the
another
devil
conspiracy theory, because they say the moon used to spin and it stopped spinning. Now I'll let somebody
Well,
else
he
go.
got me down a rabbit hole, and then I'm going to save all that for later. What the rabbit hole?
We're
he got
we're
me
gonna
down
go
with.
now because Angelo mentioned the hidden Apollo missions, and 2 of our guys came together
I'm
and
changing
came
my
up.
answer, Sonny. You take.
Well, your answer was, did we land on the moon? And Sonny's
I'm
answer
changing
was
myself.
the fake moon landing. So obviously you
That
both
was the
have
same thing.
different.
I
Oh
was gonna
well.
change too, but I'll stick with it and go on.
So go ahead,
Paul
Sonny.
brought it up back in, I'm gonna say the end of the 90s,
Yeah,
early
97,
2000s. Fox
98.
did a documentary that we faked the moon landing. Now, I will say for everyone to know, I do believe we landed on the moon. But I will also say it was a hell of a documentary.
Right, it made us
Listen,
believe
And
it
they
was
made a
even
lot of
true.
interesting
All right,
things.
we're all adult males now, and we're into these things.
Right,
Sonny said it was, let's call it 99. I
Right.
was 18. For me to sit and watch,
right.
with them talking about the moon, where I could be
Showing
doing a million
pictures
things,
Of the
and
American
how-
flag moving.
and it's
So
not
why
supposed
would
to
it move?
When
Right.
they landed that little hovercraft, there was no dirt under it. Where
Right,
showing
where it came
pictures
down. Right.
From every different year,
There's-
it's always the same picture.
I'm not
But
much about
it's a different
conspiracy
spot.
theories, but Angelo brought up the only one where I'll say, and I'm going to start an argument with my brother Sonny. I don't believe they fucking did.
Well, listen, brother, I believe we
Yeah.
landed on the moon.
There's
They
some.
wanted to make Russia, and this is another reason
They wanted
did
to
it.
get there first. Right.
No, not
They say
even.
Stanley Kubrick directed it.
They wanted to make Russia waste millions and millions of
I was
dollars.
gonna ask. Is that
Okay,
the one?
hold on, guys.
So
To clarify, since we're talking about the moon, the last Apollo mission was Apollo 17.
1996.
No, not the,
Great
That was
fucking
Apollo
movie.
13. Great movie.
Great fucking
1972.
72. Okay.
So it was December. So December will be 50 years since we've been on the moon. We don't have the resources,
To get there
the
again.
technology,
Right.
the money to
And-
get to the
And
moon.
to be fair, after we got on, no one else ever felt the need to. Let's see what's up there.
Right.
They already did it. Forget about
Sonny,
it.
Right.
let's go knock down the flag.
There's
Let's go
two up
knock.
there.
And
There's nothing to
And,
do there?
and here's a key question: it's not just us freaks. That's you
There's
understand,
millions of
happening
people out there
today.
that think this way.
Every show that you understand watching, they're casting a set and people landing on a moon and this and so.
Oh, and
Yeah, I
another,
think it's bullshit.
another great.
We never
conspiracy
landed on the
theory
moon yet.
Go ahead, yes.
after this.
Go ahead.
Area 51.
Yeah.
They say that's where they filmed the moon landings, and that's why they don't want people flying over there.
Right. Not to
Well,
see anything
Lot
that's
of
being
lies.
exposed.
But it's
Right.
a very believable conspiracy for everybody to expand their
Listen,
mind.
I'm actually not going to call it conspiracy. I'm calling it fact.
Well, remember,
You went
No,
there?
what
on
is
the moon.
what
You're
is
going there,
factual?
Paul?
Sorry,
What is
Apollo.
factual is 50 years. In 50 years, we've never
We've seen
break
it
the
all. What
budget.
do we gotta go back there for?
There's a lot. We talk about colonizing Mars, but we don't talk about possibly colonizing the moon.
Well, the thing is, well, now we're getting into it. On Mars, they actually feel there's water and breathable air. The moon
They
didn't know
haven't-
there's shit.
They
Okay.
I'm
haven't
gonna join in.
researched, from what I understand,
Oh, okay.
20% of Mars to see where the parts are in the habitable zone, which is in the tropical zone of Mars. Now I'm getting really
Yeah,
technical.
no. I know they landed the droid there,
Go next.
and he was rolling around and said the air was
Mars-
good.
the Mars roll for her.
All right,
Is that
Jimmy,
what-
you said that you switched from the.
Yeah.
Did
I
we land
switched.
on the moon?
Did
So
we
what are
land
you-
on the moon? This guy over here,
Don't get in the hot pot.
Wall, he got me into something that put me in a good rabbit hole. Antarctica.
Oh, you're going. Okay.
Okay. Now I'll just, if you want to jive in,
I
you probably
will. I will.
more.
Wally's the expert on this.
That's very interesting.
I'm the expert. I
I
started
learned all
learning
that.
all
All right.
I learned all from him.
What you're telling me, Antarctica is fake?
No.
Oh, it's as real as it gets.
It's real, but there's so many theories on it that it's another planet.
Well,
Like it's a Game of Thrones, that the wall.
Really?
well,
the
this is
white
the one that
wall.
I'm gonna. I kept quiet for a lot of it, but this was my topic that I liked it the most.
Okay.
Now
I never.
he's talking about the Antarctic. They made a treaty after World War II,
Mm-hmm.
which was the Antarctic Treaty, because the Germans were using it and wanted to test weapons on it, and they wanted to obtain it for a profitable land for possible oil, and they didn't know what was over there. Like, you can't get a commercial plane.
No.
You cannot fly. You cannot visit Antarctica.
No.
It is so cold over there. It is literally the bottom of the earth, the spinning part of the earth. So the temperature there is always cold, and the sun never gets there.
And to add more, the big conspiracy of it is that Adolf Hitler, in the midst of losing the World War, sent fleets to go to Antarctica. And the conspiracy was because they found alien spaceships.
Absolutely.
And
So
he
once
thought-
again, we go back to that.
And then if you could get alien weapons, they thought to get alien weapons, they could win this world war.
Wow.
So the rabbit holes that Antarctica could put you in.
So it's not next door to Alaska.
Opposite.
I'm way off.
Wait a minute.
Well, I don't know what Jimmy thinks about that.
He gave it.
I gave it. They feel there's a whole other civilization, like a whole other world. That is not on
Well,
them.
and
There's
now
pyramids.
you want
They
to
found
get
pyramids
deeper.
in
You want to get deeper. They say under the frozen tundra of Antarctica is literally the city of Atlantis, the lost city.
Jesus.
There is so many conspiracies about Antarctica.
Didn't know all that.
It's entertaining. It's interesting. It's interesting.
That would make sense because you know what? They've really been looking for City of Atlantis since forever.
Well,
I-
that's
well,
what
I
they
have-
feel it
Another
is.
documentary with City
I
of
have one
Atlantis.
thing to say about the city of Atlantis.
It never existed. It's not real.
Well, listen, I'll say this about Antarctica. You understand? As long as they keep those damn vampires away, I'm good.
I'm with Cody on this one.
I'll be honest with you.
30 days
All
a
right.
night,
You
forget
know
about
what?
it.
Me and my friend James is gonna go travel.
Now to
with
add
No.
something to what Wally was saying earlier, the Germans had a weapon that they say they received from there, which was in the form of like a bell.
Called a death ray or something.
It was something crazy like that.
The Death
And
Star.
they could not and they worked on programming, and at that point, and they figured this was going to be the weapon because it was an alien weapon. They say that they found
That sounds like the plot
that
from
was going
Captain
to
America.
literally win them
Right.
World War II.
Or Superman.
Hellboy.
Hellboy, yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Hellboy.
Hey,
All right.
it seems like you guys are experts on Nazis. Is there something you want to tell me? What's going on here?
Steve
I'm
Cody.
great on my war history.
Steve
like
Cody,
that.
tell
We
us
like
what you think your biggest conspiracy
I
is.
really looked into this
Please don't say
because
it's football.
this really
This
you
season, maybe.
understand,
Yeah.
interests me. The shape of the football. No.
No.
The Mandela effect.
Ah,
That's a good one,
Good
Now,
Cody.
Yeah.
This theory is like it just messes with your brain.
I believe
because
it.
Right, I do
believe it.
too.
I believe
I
it.
tell this to my mom and dad, and they think you're
Cody,
nuts.
Cody made me watch it, and I thought he was crazy. But you know what?
You really look at things
It
differently
made
after
me
that. Like,
like,
what
wow,
didn't I
listen,
remember
There's
from,
no
you know?
chance
Made
that
them
it was
watch
an
it.
interview with a vampire.
It was definitely Luke. You understand? I am your father.
Right.
And the Bears.
The Berenstein Bears.
Yeah.
Right.
It's beyond.
It's that Sinbad
All right,
Genie
all right,
Bill.
all right.
They
Yeah.
really made a hole, and I really
I
feel
think
like
we
they,
need a
they
bigger
went
vote.
back in time.
All right.
Right.
That's a Mandela effect.
Right.
Here's
Yeah,
what
doesn't it always
I'm
go
going to
running into bigger
contradict
votes?
your
gonna get
Mandela effect.
Go
The
ahead.
reason why we keep saying Luke, I am your father, because we're thinking of
Tommy
Tommy Boy, where he's blowing in the fan and saying Luke, Luke.
I think
I
you're
don't
wrong.
believe that's a Mandela effect.
But
What
the
other-
Bears,
the Bears.
we all know.
I think it's a typo. It's a
No, it was it.
Explain to us later that don't know
The
about the
interview with a
bear.
vampire one makes me furious.
All right. The bear is right. All right. We'll get into that one too. Is it Berenstein Bears or Berenstain Bears? We all knew it as the
Oh, is that
Berenstain
like-
Bears.
Like dumbass, the name is
Dumas, right.
That's
Sonny is right. I remember his interview with a vampire, not an interview with a
Then
vampire.
there was even the Kit Kat. You understand symbol. You understand that they messed with.
Right.
Okay.
The Captain Crunchbox, Fruit
The
Loops. There's always
I don't
something that
remember
they.
a lot of things from it, but I watched it, and there was a lot of like, wow, really?
That we know since years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So to use people that's listening to this, okay, yeah, I believe it. I feel that time travel got invented, and yeah, they went
Okay.
back in time and changed some shit.
All right, let's go to Rocky. Rocky, what is your conspiracy theory you'd like to put on the table here?
So, I'm not
Let's talk
much
about
of
the
a
screw job.
yes.
The Montreal
The Montreal
Screw
Screw
Job.
Job.
That could be an
No, that's
episode
got to be on my podcast.
Wow.
By the way, cheap
What's
plug.
up, Screwed? What's up?
By the way, cheap plug. Check out If You Smell What the Art. Just cooking weekly on here on the WrestleNet Radio.
Excellent. Watch episode 7, my favorite.
I'm at 78. What are you talking about?
7 was my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead, Rocky.
All right, so I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist. I'm throwing a huge monkey wrench right now.
Okay.
One that I find interesting is the JFK assassination stuff, but I don't know enough about it to go into detail.
Well, that's mine, so I'll go into detail when it's
So-
time.
Well, watch it.
I'm throwing a monkey wrench here. As episodes go on, you guys will find out that I am a huge nerd when it comes to comic books and sci-fi and
True fact, we all are.
Oh, and
yeah,
he
but
collects action figures, but I collect action
So do I.
figures too.
and who started your action figure?
My
collection?
brother.
That's right.
Say
So-
thank you, Cody.
Dragon Ball Z.
Thank you, brother Cody,
His
folks.
brother who was not here because they are not.
One of my favorite sci-fi movies is a movie called Cloverfield.
Good movie.
If you dive into the theories of Cloverfield, your brain will fry.
There was
You-
conspiracy
I'm lost.
with
Enlighten
Cloverfield.
us.
Yeah, enlighten us a
Yeah.
little.
Okay, so there's three movies. Cloverfield, 48 Cloverfield Lane, and then there was the space one,
Cloverfield Paradox.
Cloverfield Paradox. Now, it's kind of like the MCU in a way where there are three different movies and they're all in the same universe, but they don't give you a lot of origin story. So if you go on YouTube and you look up Cloverfield, they literally made conspiracy theories surrounding a movie. Like, for instance, there in the original Cloverfield movie, the main character in the movie worked for a energy drink company, and he was going and leaving the country to take that job. When you go down to Cloverfield Paradox,
Okay.
you find out that the guy who owned the company was this like super evil, like Lex Luthor type guy who was doing experiments under the ocean. And then the experiments that they did drilling oil is what woke up the
How did they
monster.
come up with this stuff in that short movie?
The monster from the original movie. But then when you watch
Wait, there's more?
the one on Netflix, them trying to go to the moon
Yeah.
to make life,
'Cause I watched them all.
they set off the space-time continuum, which set the world millions of years in the future, and then that boom made the monster from the original Cloverfield movie grow exponentially.
Yeah.
So then you find out that the one from Cloverfield, the original movie, that was a baby one. And then there's websites you was able to go to, and you had to put in certain codes to get certain. It's a fucking mindfuck.
So what does a person do? They just type in Cloverfield conspiracy.
Go to YouTube, put in Cloverfield
I'm actually
conspiracy,
gonna
and that's gonna be a ooh.
I'm actually going to add to something about this show that I don't know if Whistle knows. You know, part 2 was not supposed to be Cloverfield.
No,
It was a complete other movie, and they added the Cloverfield part 2.
Yeah, if you look at it, John Goodman loses 50 pounds at the end of it and
kidnapped
sleeps.
somebody, and he literally just had her.
Oh.
Then they made it into.
well,
Right.
to get into detail about it, he worked for the company that
Oh.
the guy worked for in the
Oh,
original
well,
movie.
Can I
And
state
this-
the obvious though? We were talking about real conspiracy theories. This is a movie.
Oh, well, the end is conspiracy.
Maybe it was interesting.
No, like the end is conspiracy.
What I want to say is, if we've noticed, everybody's conspiracies led back to the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest conspiracy is the moon.
I was gonna
moon.
say,
And YouTube is pushing
So,
a lot of
all
it.
right.
Archie,
Move
are you
on.
up?
Yes.
Like I said, I threw a monkey wrench because I'm not a conspiracy guy.
Move on,
I'm
everybody.
gonna try and be short and sweet, but how do you be short and sweet with the conspiracy of JFK?
Okay.
My
It
dad-
started the conspiracy.
Listen,
Right.
I don't believe he
Started.
existed.
Oh God.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
My dad was a huge JFK buff, so when I was born and all of it started, I got to learn about it. By the time I was 8 years old, I saw every documentary, every movie, every book, you name it. At the point when the teacher asked, I'm sure none of you know who killed JFK, and when I raised my hand and said Lee Harvey Oswald, this woman went, like, how did he know? So
To the left.
I honestly believe, and I might catch some flack from this from our viewers, from somebody at this table. I honestly feel it was an inside job. I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that he was
Everybody feels
doing
it.
way too much.
Obviously,
He was getting too much publicity outside of being the president, and somebody said, this guy's got to go.
Well, listen.
Now,
it
this
all comes back to Marilyn Monroe.
Right.
This is the one that I can dive into.
Go right ahead.
It got a little boring, so I went movie.
That's
route.
fine. You're
But
good.
here, do you think two questions? One, do you think it was the FBI? And two, do you think there was a second shooter?
Yes. it was
Yes,
the
I do.
FBI because he was
No
behind the camera.
debunked. Lee Harvey
I-
Oswald did it, and I can prove it.
I
but that's another
believe,
show.
here's why I believe that it was the FBI, because Lee Harvey Oswald was a trained killer by who? Our own government, our own army. He was in the army. Who better to do it than a trained man? But I believe the other guy on the grassy knoll may have been an off-duty cop or an FBI agent, because they both had two precise shots on a moving vehicle. Now, do I believe the mob had something to do with it? I think they wanted to have something to do with it, but they dropped it in hopes of that he'd go away on his own or whatever. And then they got,
No, I
Now-
California
now-
But
continue.
overall, the government dropped the ball there.
yeah.
That was some terrible security to have him in the car. That
Well,
way,
if it
you
was
know,
Yeah.
a conspiracy to
Not-
do it,
not-
they
not
did what they wanted.
They knew what they wanted.
Now, listen. What? to dive into it further.
Mm-hmm.
The way the position that Lee Harvey Oswald was.
Right.
Okay.
Back and to the left.
There's two things here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gives them-
One, they say that the way the bullet entered his head
Right. It arched.
from that position,
It's
the
impossible.
shrapnel, it would have never expanded.
Right.
The bullet was pristine when they
Also-
found him.
Right.
Also, the trajectory of the way his head went backward
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have done that from the direction that Lee
The Harvey are pointing down. Right.
So
It had to have coming from
that
the right.
would indicate second shooter.
Right. And the bullet that they found in his head compared to the bullet that they found in him, two different bullets. One was from a shotgun, the other one was from a
All right,
actual
but
gun.
did you guys watch the movie that just came out? The guy that the director that did Wall Street. I
Yes.
He
Oliver Stone, yes.
Oliver Stone made a
It's a
movie.
huge
The whole reason that the government would even want to get him out of office was because he was like a hippie and doing peace and all
Right.
that. And the problem was Russia took that as weakness.
Right.
Cuba
Took it as main weakness.
He wasn't working with
And
them.
it was the closest
Right.
we've ever had nuclear war next to our shores.
Right.
Was when Russia and Cuba
Right.
did that treaty.
But not to mention he was guy had too much flash on him. There was too much. The president never had that until Bill Clinton again. There was never that
And
much
then to top it all
publicity
off,
on a
as
president.
weak as our country was looking at the time, then you mix in, oh, you're defunding now the FBI.
Right.
You're
Right.
defunding. Oh, we gotta get rid of this guy.
Right.
Very simple. There was no way that job back then, you understand, could have been new day technology.
No.
You understand?
It was a straight shooter.
You might have been able to get somebody from you
Right.
ain't gonna know what's gonna happen. But back then, it had to have been an inside job.
I agree.
The technology, the things was nowhere. You understand?
I got
Like it was. So it had to have been an inside
Well, so
job.
many of the protocols they
There
went
was
with
no way.
goes against everything they normally do.
Right.
Why was he driving at such a slow speed?
There you go.
Right. Why was he out in the open with all the public that anybody could have gotten him?
The second
They didn't do an
shooter,
autopsy right away. They didn't check. You know what I mean?
There would have never been a reason for there to be a second shooter. You understand?
Well,
The second shooter was to take away from the first shooter, to take away from
right.
Or
it
make
was
sure
an
just the
inside
job
job.
was
Make
done.
sure job got done.
You wouldn't have
They might have
needed
told
back then.
Oswald just wound him, but they told the second shooter headshot. You know.
There you go. Back
So-
then, you wouldn't have needed a second shooter.
Why do you keep looking at the microphone? It's not
So if we believe the government killed JFK, we definitely believe that they killed Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
And his
because-
brother. You got guys.
I honestly feel that Bobby
No, I don't
Kennedy.
know.
I
feel
honestly
Bobby
feel
Kennedy just deserved
That
it.
I honestly here's the tumble effect. I feel that Bobby Kennedy had Marilyn Monroe killed to stop her from being with JFK.
Listen,
JFK got killed by the FBI, but then the
Yeah.
mob is the ones who killed Bobby
yeah,
Kennedy.
'cause that
So
was-
everybody had a hand in
How does
something.
they walk in a slippery
I
slope?
think-
The mob, the CIA, the
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be saying this out
I
loud.
want to say something. I think the mob and the CIA were together and it was an inside job between the two.
The mob,
Might
you
be
know what
right.
it was that made him become president.
Right, but they got mad because he
It
wasn't
Bush.
delivering. He wasn't delivering on his promises.
Frank
Right,
Sinatra was
that's
the
Right.
big supporter of
Let me
it.
tell you what I'm thinking right now.
Go
I'm
ahead.
thinking about a couple of viewers watching this saying to themselves right now, what the fuck do you think they're talking about? They don't know shit.
Right.
Oh,
That's why I talked about a movie.
Let's,
it
let's
was
move on
all
to
around.
the best for last.
Mr. Train, Wallace Mitchell, go ahead and give us your conspiracy
That
theory.
wasn't
you have
said
the
already.
That wasn't said already.
What is left?
The last one,
Flat Earth.
I think it's the best one. The Roswell, New Mexico.
Area 51.
Yeah, well, no,
Or
it's
okay.
not. It's not about just Area 51.
It's about the guy that was kidnapped. It was took it on board, abducted.
No, not even. I watched a great video of how when they shot down the UFO, the government put 3 companies involved to weaponize it, make a hardware and a software. Those 3 companies was IBM, Hewlett Packard, and then another company called Lockheed Martin, which a lot of you might not know what it is, but it's our #1 weapon defense
Yes, it is.
company that there is. After
That was Tony Stark.
Roswell, New Mexico.
Stark Industries.
Are you ready? What starts to get made after Roswell, New Mexico? Laser beams get made. Computer chips are now all of a sudden invented. Everything major technology-wise comes after Roswell, New Mexico.
What year was it where the budget?
I'm not sure exactly.
1947.
It was in the 40s.
But they say around Roswell, New Mexico, that's where the most UFO sightings has ever been seen.
Actually, no. Do you know where some of the most UFO sightings?
New Jersey.
Is fucking motherfucking New Jersey.
You know why everyone's burnt out here?
That's just off of the Teterboro Airport. Listen,
Guys,
I believe in UFOs.
I want to
I'm
see
just
one,
throwing that out
but
there.
I'll leave that alone.
To all my New Jersey listeners, I apologize.
We're all from New Jersey.
We're all
Don't
from
worry
Jersey,
Oh
about
yeah,
guys.
we're all Jersey boys.
I told you
it.
many
Not
times.
me.
They're called airplanes.
All right.
All know
Or
helicopters.
Well,
Can I talk about that? No, I have to close off this one.
Oh no,
I'm
we have a
very
special
surprised.
guest to close
I'm
off, but
very
go ahead.
surprised that
Oh, no,
no
I
one
just
said
Flat Earth.
no on here. The John John Lennon conspiracy.
That's a good one.
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney.
Guess
Paul
what? Dave
McCartney.
Chappelle too.
Celebrity
They say that Dave Chappelle died, and there's a guy pretending
No
to be
way.
Dave
Oh my
Chappelle.
God, why?
YouTube it. YouTube it.
100 viewers? What the fuck are they talking
And I'm
about?
surprised no one said.
One though, the show was great.
And I'm
That
surprised
documentary-
no one said the Jimmy Hoffa.
Do you know who else they say died, and it's a remake person?
The Ultimate Warrior.
No.
Yeah.
Who was the girl
Madonna.
that's saying, why you gotta make things so complicated?
Oh, I forgot her name.
Avril.
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, they say she's fake too.
Yeah. Devil. I didn't know
But
All right.
Jimmy Hoffa's a
Who
good
even
one.
cares
John
about her?
All right.
Paul McCartney is an interesting conspirary theory on
that.
there.
We also did mention Flat Earth, but we'll get to that another
Well,
time.
I'm gonna say one thing about flat Earth.
Mhm.
Anybody who believes that the
It's
Earth,
retarded.
anybody who believes that the Earth is flat, kill them.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
here's the one my
Not
problem
that
with
we're
the-
telling
here's
anyone
what
to
my
murder
problem.
anybody, but those people.
What is that? You're
Here's my
stupid.
problem with the flat Earth thing. So, like,
Yeah.
who
Right,
cares?
right, Sonny.
What
Well,
does
now,
it change?
now what?
Like the moon
All
landing,
right.
we talked about the if and
I
why.
would like to
Why?
know who invented Flat Earth and how much money did they make
The,
off of it.
the one thing I YouTubed about flat Earth is they have like rallies on the street to spread the news of flat
Oh
Earth.
my God!
I'm serious.
And they have a comeback for everything. And when you say something, they can
We're gonna
think you're
fall.
in a matrix.
You don't understand.
People
You-
need lives.
That's where Antarctica comes into play. You'll fall right off the earth.
I am one of those people.
700 years ago, that the world wasn't flat.
But
They
that
never
goes
went
back
to it.
That goes back to another conspiracy what Jimmy brought up earlier in Antarctica. You'll fall right off. That's why we're not allowed
All
to
right.
go there.
All the visuals we have from space of the planet Earth, they're all false.
I am one of those people. I
What?
believe this earth is flat,
You
and
wanna-
I'm going to stand until the
All
day
right.
I die.
Listen, we got a little off the rails. We have a special guest, and he is going to be a recurring, on the spot, on location character for us because we need somebody. Because obviously we live in New Jersey and we don't get out that much. Otherwise, we wouldn't be recording a podcast.
Of course.
Let's go now
We
to
get
our.
really lonely.
We get really lonely. Let's go now to our roving reporter Tony Bucco, who's going to tell us about the FTX Bitcoin conspiracy theory.
Hello? 1, 2, 3. This microphone on. Can you hear?
Tony.
Hello, too close,
Too close.
Tony.
Too close,
Push
Tony.
it back.
Back?
Yeah,
Okay.
You're gonna
Right.
break. You're gonna break the recording
Yeah.
studio. I'm
Right.
paying a lot of money for this.
Right.
All right.
Tony.
I got
Oh,
one
gosh.
thing to say. I keep hearing all this hubbub about cryptocurrency. I don't know what all the hubbub is. I have a Bitcoin right now in my hand, and that makes me a fucking millionaire. Okay,
How
a
do you have-
fucking Bitcoin.
Wait a minute. Is that a physical Bitcoin here?
Yeah, it's a fucking coin.
Where did you buy that from?
You know how fucking rich we're talking? We're talking 8, 10 hookers a night.
Tony,
Okay.
Tony,
That's
how
all
many-
kind of
Tony,
fucking
how
rich.
many NFTs do you have?
Like 4. But I'm telling you right now, okay, I go down with these hookers, and then afterwards, my back hurts. And that's why I take
Tony,
Vicodin.
Tony, are they little boys too?
Once in a while. It depends on the day. But this podcast is brought to you by Vicodin. I always got a gun
Because, you know,
on me.
we support that on this podcast.
All right,
Okay.
Tony, I'm going to need a check
Sorry.
because I'm a little low right now.
But now, let me tell you something. First off, This podcast is brought to you by Vicodin. Let me tell you how good Vicodin.
Wait, we're not sponsored by Vicodin. We don't have any sponsors
We
yet.
are now. See, life, you gotta live life by the 3 V's. Okay, Vicodin, Viagra, and
Oh, all right, thank you, Tony.
Tony.
Jim,
All right.
Jim,
All right,
Mark-
we need to
Mark,
cut Tony
Jim,
off.
Jim, mark for edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't be having him back on again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our on-spot reporter, Tony Bucco.
And-
I just want to say I'm fucking rich, bitch. Look at all that Bitcoin.
Does he know Bitcoin failed like a couple months ago?
That's
Or
not Bitcoin is not a physical.
I know. I don't understand what's going on here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nothing But Trouble podcast does not support anything that was said by our on-spot reporter, Tony Bucco. We are looking into his
Cancel me.
resignation.
I'll cancel you, motherfucker. How about that one?
We are seeking his
Security.
And actually, we have something
Listen.
to tell you. We've never met him
He
personally.
He never got canceled from all those tweets he did in the past. He ain't getting canceled now.
Well, hey, that's a great segue there, Sonny.
Please,
Because our
don't
next-
hold us to nothing that Tony has
Our
to say.
next category, you really threw me off my game, is celebrity tweets that ruined their careers. And I'm going to go to the man who wanted this category. And I'm going to go to Wallace the Train Mitchell for his first celebrity tweet that he feels ruined a person's career.
Are you back, Wallace? They locked you in the trunk there.
Yeah, I'm back. I was just about to not pee. But
It was a long pee, guys.
all right, I'm the one that came up with this because when I heard last month about the Kanye West thing, and I originally remembered the whole day. I had a whole day planned, and then it just stood me on my couch watching videos about what Kanye West said and did. The man lost, they said, a net worth of $2 billion in a day for saying about the Jews.
Adidas.
Lost Adidas. Lost his label.
Got dropped out of his label. Yeah.
Something to do with Gap. He had a big thing going with Gap.
Sponsorship again.
Yep.
I can, when you're done, I'm gonna comment.
He's not allowed to wear Yeezys anymore. His own shoe. He can't wear it.
I watched multiple recent
Do you know
podcasts
the
with
Hulu
Kanye.
No, they
so
told
when
him they're
you're
going to
done,
continue to make him. He's out, and he can't wear them on his feet
Are you
anymore. They don't want to see him in his feet.
Friedman guy? That
Lex
one?
Friedman.
Lex Friedman.
Yeah, he did a couple.
I watched that one with Lex Friedman. I watched one with some other guy I don't remember. And he's trying to justify about talking about the Jews. Here's the thing, though. He loved that Jew money when they was giving it to him.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you all know, the Nothing But Trouble pod fully supports the Jewish community.
Absolutely.
There are.
Can I?
That leads into my next
Yes, go
tweet.
right ahead, Anthony.
Well, hold
My
on.
next tweet right here is about Kyrie Irving
And his
and his
anti-Semitic.
anti-Semitics. So that leads right into it.
Well, yeah, because Kyrie wouldn't have put that if it wasn't for fucking what Kanye said.
Exactly. So
Because he agreed with Kanye.
I believe that Kyrie's career, because of this, is slightly over with right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I don't have much time.
Listen, I don't know
He
much
came
about
back
him.
with the Nets, by the way.
I do know
He's
he'll
playing terrible.
play basketball, but he ain't gonna get no more sponsors.
No. He's going to get dropped by Nike very soon. They're not going to renew him for his contract.
ESPN never
He's
stopped
suspended
talking about it
indefinitely.
for 3 days.
So that's my point.
I agree. Yeah, no, there was.
Let's move on to Sonny
Let me
over
go
here.
because I had the same one as Wally.
Yes.
I have to just read the tweet because it's pretty
Go-
out there.
Go right ahead.
You read it?
And you quote
I'm
this.
I'm a bit sleepy tonight. That's when you gotta tweet that,
That means
maybe you
you're
shouldn't continue tweeting.
I couldn't agree more.
When I wake up, I'm going DEFCON. Now, when they use the term, they say DEFCON, DEFCON.
When you
Right.
use
He
names,
spelled it DEFCON, DEATH. So this is bad. I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. This was a bad ugly
Yeah,
year for him.
yeah.
And everything he got, he deserved.
wow.
And I ain't gonna get it anymore and touch any more of that.
Right. I agree. No. And I want to stress something. This is celebrity tweets that ruin their careers. We're not condoning these tweets, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely.
We're
not.
saying how bad they were.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So,
If Easy needs a sponsor, we're here.
I would just like to say Archie drank my soda.
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought it was Wally's. I'm sorry. I know I poured in a glass though. I didn't drink out of the bottle. So going back into the show, Jimmy Wayne and I shared a similar tweet as well.
Yeah. You can take this one, Arch. You
Yeah,
can take this
we're
one.
going with the Roseanne Barr tweet.
Yes.
She was high on her horse again.
I'm
The
sorry to
Roseanne.
cut you off. This follows the same thing of her later said she was on Ambien and was also sleeping.
Right.
Stop at that point.
Sir, I do Ambien daily, and it has never made me want to tweet.
Some of your tweets, bro.
Son of a.
I'm gonna be honest though. Roseanne was high on her horse again. She was once again a part of the TV show Roseanne.
It was getting millions.
They
and
were
millions.
right,
It was
and
the number
everybody-
one show in America.
she made a very ugly comment about one of her assistants and called him a very ugly word. And then the next day, the show was turned into being the Connors.
Yeah.
Next year.
Not fair.
Well, yeah, right.
Do
They
you-
took it. It was
Archie,
over.
Do
Right.
you know what Ambien tweeted after?
That they don't
They
support her in
said-
any way.
No. They tweeted one of the side effects of Ambien is not racism.
That's
Oh my
funny.
God.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Is that a
Mic
real
drop
thing?
for Ambien.
I'm sorry.
All right. Who's next? Archie, you guys.
Yeah, we said ours. Paul, BPZ.
I don't really tweet.
He's not
Okay.
a tweeted.
I'm not a Twitter guy
I'm
either.
not a
Paul, Steve Cody.
All right, I'm gonna tweet. I know Britney Spears on Instagram and tweets and things like that. She's going a little crazy, but you know what? I'm still a fan.
Right.
Well, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Who,
So
who Cody?
So you like
Britney
Britney
Spears.
So
So you know what?
what?
No, when she grew her hair, but I'm still a Britney Spears fan. So
Kevin Federline.
that's all I got to say.
No, it's Kevin Federline.
Better line.
Kevin Federline.
Short and sweet.
So I
I
think
don't-
you had one more that you an honorary mention, Wallace.
Yeah, and a bonus of tweet. Anything Donald Trump has ever tweeted ever.
Yeah.
It got him out of a presidency. The man lost his job.
Yeah, but I do love Donald Trump.
Yeah, we're all Trump supporters.
Yeah, I voted for Trump twice.
Hi, this is Archie. I don't support Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. Thank you very much, but I'm not a Biden fan either. All right, so we've come to our last topic, our last category.
We didn't do mine.
I thought we did. You said you shared yours with. No, I apologize, Rocky.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
So,
Go right ahead.
Huge oops. So I just want to get back. The interesting thing, and then we're gonna go to mine about the Kanye thing is from watching all the interviews and the podcast, it seems to me like he purposely tweeted that to get out of all of his contracts so he can start designing.
No, he didn't. Because he went on the thing and he said, Adidas can't fire me. How about that? The next day, Adidas fired him.
Okay, so
Definitely not.
I also am not a Twitter guy, but cancel culture really gets on my nerves. And
I
it
agree.
went so far that they even went and canceled Gilbert Gottfried.
I missed
Poor
that.
guy.
Now,
Before or after he died?
Before.
no, he recently died. So, for those of you who don't know who Gilbert Gottfried is,
He was
he's
the
a
voice of
stand-up
Iago.
comic
He's the voice
He
of
was
the
the
parrot
voice
Iago.
of the parrot from Aladdin.
Iago.
He was also the voice
My
of the
best
duck from the Aflac commercial.
Son of a gun. He died. Wow.
He
So
was
cancel-
also in Problem Child. He was also a stand-up comedian.
So,
And if you were
Guys,
a
he was up
child,
all night.
if you were a child of the early '90s, him and Rhonda Shear shared Up All Night on the USA Network.
So,
USA. Oh,
he
well,
made some derogatory tweets after the tsunami in Japan. So then, because of that, Gilbert Gottfried got canceled. Gilbert Gottfried didn't need to be canceled because he wasn't that famous.
Right.
So it goes to show you how far cancel culture could go.
No,
I have
right.
to elaborate one thing on cancel culture.
Well, this is
So
a
they,
thing now.
so they
Cancel
brought
culture.
up
It's been going on for
whole
over a year,
interview
almost 2 years.
of who was the cowboy? Not Clint Eastwood.
John Wayne.
John Wayne? Yeah.
John Wayne in
We're
the
going there,
70s
Sonny.
said
We're
some
going
racist
there.
stuff.
We're going there,
And
Sonny.
some misogynistic stuff. And all I have to say is, what, you didn't think someone born in 1890 was a racist bastard? You were shocked that John Wayne's a racist?
Right.
Yeah, you're damn right John Wayne's a racist, and that's it.
No, see, I agree with this. To talk about cancel
Like
culture
Clint
for a
Eastwood.
second.
I'm pretty sure.
You don't
I-
say that.
I watched the show
I'm
about
not even
2 weeks
defending
ago
him. It was just 50 years
called
ago.
The Dark Side of Comedy on Vice TV. And they were talking about Andrew Dice Clay. Now, that was in the 80s. In the 80s, we had George Carlin, Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay.
They whacked
Freddie
him
Bruce.
right
They
off
went-
of
yeah,
the
they-
alley.
What's in the bowl, bitch?
They hated on him though, but it's 2022. You can't look 40 years back into the past and go, I didn't like that. Well, then don't look at it.
Can I give
Go
two
ahead.
cents about
Listen,
this?
I never condone it. Don't forget what you say, James. What anyone's done in the past. But if you look far enough anyone's history,
John Wayne's been
Someone's
dead
done
20
something.
years.
everyone's
Right.
always going to say do something
Forget
slightly
that.
stupid.
Right.
If I
Guys, cancel culture went so far. They fucking canceled Dr. Zeus, guys. Dr. Zeus got canceled.
All right, guys.
Go
Cut
ahead.
the hat.
Go ahead,
Here
Jim.
is my theory of all this cancel culture. It's 2022. I think everybody should have a reset button. Everything they have said in the past should be forgotten, and everything that happened
Yeah, you
starting
messed up.
today.
You messed up now.
Now,
Okay,
oh,
we're good.
you're
Right.
screwed. You're fucked.
Listen, I don't want to hear.
I think everybody deserves a second chance. What they said 5-10 years ago when it was a different
Legally,
culture.
what is the statute of limitations?
And if I'm
I
wrong,
think
I'm
it's
wrong.
7 or 10, I
No,
think.
some things don't have a
Depends.
sexual limit.
But my point is, legally, they let people break laws. They're going now back with this 20, 30, 40 years.
Well, here,
It's-
right,
it's-
right.
It's making
Look
things
at the
like-
situation. If 40 years
like
ago,
John Wayne, come on. now.
right, if 40 years ago John Wayne decided to call a girl who worked on one of his movies, and pardon my French, a bitch, he said, or Toots, or
Yeah.
Sweetie, or
Listen.
Dollface, that was 40 years ago. And he's like Sonny said, he's been dead 20 or
The world
longer.
was a different
It was
place.
a different place.
See, you guys set me off on a tangent when it comes to cancel culture because now it comes into politics, and politics is my wheelhouse.
And
Yeah,
we don't
let's
talk
not
about
go-
politics
let's not
on this
go
show.
there.
No,
So,
we don't
We're
talk
not
about
talking
politics.
politics. We're not taking
The
a side.
issue with cancel culture and things like Twitter, it comes down to this: freedom of speech.
Yes.
So if you was to tweet something racist, which none of us support,
Nope.
if you was to tweet something racist, like for instance, the N-word, okay? It is not illegal. It falls under freedom of speech. Is it politically correct? No. Here's where a company like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook would have to take legal action. Is if you was to tweet something that would incite
Time out. That was written 300 years ago before things called conglomerate companies existed. Before people were getting paid hundreds of millions
Well, listen,
of dollars
There is
to
consequences
represent
All right, but hold on.
actions.
Here,
before Nike.
look.
Before
Hold on, no. I'm going to cut you off for a second.
Before-
Hold on. Look at for instance. 40 years ago, Andrew Dice Clay called a woman a bitch. In 2020, Donald Trump told everybody to go ahead and rush the Capitol building. Now, that was a damaging tweet. That was ugly. People died. People got arrested. People are still in jail. You can't get offended by something that far in the past when there's so messed up stuff today.
I really hope we have no fact checkers watching our show.
Yeah,
right.
Because we'd be
at
screwed.
the end of the day.
This
It
is all our
Like
personal
27
opinion.
Years ago,
At the end of the
what
day,
was that you guys say at his best?
This is why I hate
95,
cancel culture.
94?
it is your legal right to freedom of speech unless you are tweeting something which incites violence.
Or
Now,
danger,
if
right.
You tweet,
A
if you
derogatory,
tweet
that's what I'm
something
saying,
racist, you're a piece of shit.
Right.
But technically, it's legal.
Guys,
You're
but
allowed
this is
to
gonna
be-
go. This is gonna go away. I'll tell you why.
No,
Yes, it will. I'll tell you why. When James Gunn posted something, someone brought something he said 10 years ago, tweeted, and the fact that Guardians of the it messed up Disney. There's not a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah, but it's coming. No, it's still coming out.
Yeah, but here's the point though. Meaning it was supposed to be en route to he leaves Guardians of the Galaxy and then does the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad becomes a big hit.
Okay.
All of a sudden, because Warner Brothers like, yeah, you guys don't want it. We don't give a fuck. Here, we'll take them. They make that. He does something else.
Well, they gave him a second chance. He apologized. He did the right.
Which
thing.
he that's the right move.
Meaning
If you
you
did
right.
get caught, apologize.
Billions of dollars for
But-
And mean it.
But
You
here,
know?
guys, this is what I'm going to say. To all the people that's getting offended, you understand, to Budgie, all the racists and all the things, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, okay?
Different
People
world.
has made a
Yeah, it was.
shitload of money, you understand? To all these things that was said,
Preach
that
it, Cody.
nobody cared about.
Preach
You
it.
understand? Up until these last few years.
All right.
Okay? So the thing is, if it made money for all these people, you understand, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, you understand, then guess what we should do? Give back all the money, you understand, that
Yeah.
all those people made, you understand, the past 40, 50 years. Because what's bad is everybody
Like,
thought
all
it
the
was
movies,
funny
all the
as hell,
songs, all the-
okay,
yeah, you're right.
including me.
I agree.
But we do not support, you understand?
We
Racism.
We do not support racist tweets,
Or
but
condone.
technically they are legal.
They are
All
legal.
right. I want
And we
to.
don't support stupidity either.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going to bring up a story.
I support some stupidity. Yeah.
I bring up a story I read about a couple of days ago. A kid who was supposed to go, I forgot what college it was, had a scholarship. And he made a video of him rapping a song and he used the N-word. The college found out and cut his scholarship.
Was he
Now, on
African
paper,
American or white?
he was white.
Now, did he use
No.
a hard ER or a soft A?
No,
It
he
was off the rails.
he went off the rails. Now, on paper, I'm saying I'm on the fence. Well, I mean, he was singing a song. You know, I mean, he didn't use it in a bad term, but
It shouldn't be in the song.
But
Then if we
I
don't
looked
want to
at the
hear it.
video. He really went for it.
Well,
Well,
right.
Now I'm thinking. So, would
Sure
you?
hope it wasn't All Day by Kanye West, because there's a lot of hip-hop on that one.
Like that song, I don't sing it at the
All right. So,
Like, here's my question.
what?
I believe it is wrong just to sing a song part of that.
Then they shouldn't make the song.
Well, then we're going.
Well, I was at a Jay-Z concert, and I was front
You
row
was wrong.
when
Before you
Jay-Z
said that, you was wrong. You was wrong.
and all the people there was okay with it. So a song is a song. I don't know.
All right, I'll give mine. I was at a Kanye West concert in 2005
So when he wasn't anti-Semitic.
when he was the second
was
album.
awesome.
Okay, and he said all the white people say a verse, a famous song of his, and there's the N-word in it. He said white people say it too. I didn't say it, but everybody else was saying it.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
White people.
I still felt it was wrong
you.
to say it. I still felt it was
Kanye
very
West
wrong.
a lot of
to say
this
it.
segment.
All right. Yeah, in conspiracies, it was the moon, and in tweets, it was Kanye. All right, we have our last category.
So Kanye's as big as the moon, huh?
Yeah.
It's Kanye and
Maybe bigger.
Now, we are, every one of us, this table, married men, and our last category is the biggest or best way to start an argument with your wife.
Yep.
God damn.
And you're the only one who didn't say what everybody else said. So I'm going to start with you, Rocky. What was your biggest or best way to start a fight with your wife?
Now, am I like I purposely want to start a fight with my wife?
No. No.
Well,
Yes.
a little bit.
I was being nice.
Absolutely, he does.
If I am looking to start a fight with my wife, it's very simple. I'm just going to tell her the house is dirty.
Because
Because,
2022, you should clean the house.
boy,
He is
oh
right. He
boy,
is right.
does my wife throw a shit fit when I say the house is dirty.
Equal rights.
I could literally tell my wife, hey, sweetie, just to let you know I'm having an affair. She'd go, ah. But if I say, God damn it, this house is dirty, boy, oh boy, is it on.
Is it the Royal Rumble? Is it a fight?
It is World War III.
War games.
War games.
War games.
So, yeah, telling her the house is dirty is an immediate fight.
All right. Now,
How many agreed with what my answer was?
we all agreed except for one other gentleman
It
at
was
the table,
unanimous.
and that is Santino, Sonny.
And I'll tell you what I told you last night over the phone. I ain't touching this question with a 10-foot pole.
Why?
I'm not going down that road. Go to the next guy.
All right. Well, everybody else that he wasn't touching
Yeah,
was
he's
not
not
involved.
touching
That's what happened.
All right. So we're gonna say it in unison. The best way to start
Oh, we
a
all
fight. The rest of us, the other 6, agree.
What do you want to eat?
Can I do a countdown? You all said that.
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
What do you want to eat tonight?
Every time. Then you make the suggestion. Well, I don't like that.
Right.
Then you say, okay, I'll take you. Well, I'm not sure. Well, do you want to eat it? What do you? They can go back and forth for hours.
Oh,
Right, and then you're hungry.
We did the Family Feud, and they put us in the audience. It would have been the number one
It
answer.
would have been the number one answer.
What do you want? None of us talked about this. and
Right.
were
We all just unanimously
Somehow the
said it.
second answer would have been not touch this.
Why? Why?
But,
I'm not glad that would have been the last one.
No, that would have been second.
oh, but what's the best is, Budgie, when you pick, you understand, a restaurant, you understand? Oh, this restaurant was terrible. Well, nobody else came up with a
Right.
decision.
Right.
No, I got the problem whenever I pick something, I'm the only person that wants to eat it, and no one else eats. So now that means 4 different restaurants are being
That's
eaten
why.
at.
That's why I don't even talk.
Kill yourself.
I call it the Ricky Bobby dinner. Everybody gets whatever they want, and we all get to the dinner table and eat.
Well,
Like there's Chick-fil-A here, there's a McDonald's
see, this is
here.
my problem with this conversation too.
That's why I eat a lot of Wendy's.
It starts at like 11 o'clock in the morning. It's like I just had breakfast a little while ago. I don't want to talk about dinner. Yeah, do you want to cook? Do you want to go out?
I'm gonna talk about dinner all day.
I think that's the funniest thing in the world. You start the conversation 12-1. You haven't settled.
Right.
Now you're getting ready to go, now they change it. What the fuck did we talk about?
Right.
it for?
What do we have a 2-hour conversation about it?
I can't understand why they just can't say I want to eat such and such.
Mexican, a
It's
steak, Chinese food.
Like
You know you want to eat there.
Right.
we're gonna look at them differently if they say
Right.
what they want to eat.
No.
Now,
We're
I
supposed to
happen
know what they want.
But even when we say their favorite restaurant, that's not what they feel like today.
Yeah,
Now,
but another.
I
Two
happen to
ways.
hate the movie The Notebook, but
Never seen
That
it.
scene is
There
the best
is-
part. What do you want?
there is
I don't
one-
know.
I don't know, meme, whatever it is you want to
You
call
want
it.
Yep.
a reenactment?
Where-
You want a reenactment?
Okay, I'll be the guy.
Okay.
Okay, what do you want?
I don't know.
What do you want?
I
I don't get it. It's you want to eat a cheeseburger? You want to eat like fish?
don't know.
See, this wasn't a problem though 300 years ago because the guy would come, he would kill a boar,
I
he would
found
bring
this
it back.
Right.
Right. He'd bring it back, skin it. This is what the fuck we're eating.
Right.
You
And she was
understand?
happy.
And that was, I got this.
I think
There
that's
wasn't
cool.
many
Well,
guys.
maybe what you're saying is we're just supposed to bring food home and not talk about it.
Right. No,
I've
this
done
is
it.
where
I get more in trouble.
I do it
doesn't
when
work.
people get other food.
Go ahead, Ange.
I'm gonna be fast with this one. The best part is you just kill yourself to decide what you're going to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then both of you leave the house and you just don't eat the food.
Right.
It's just a waste of
Right. So the kids ate, but you didn't eat.
And the kids end up eating it.
Right.
You go out and you end up eating somewhere else.
I like
Yep.
to give a
That's the best.
preview to all our fans for episode 2 and join us for being divorced in 2022.
Starting fresh in your 40s.
Starting fresh in your
I
40s.
can tweet whatever I want.
Well, wait. Sonny's alive. Sonny's good. He didn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Cody, end us
I think
out.
that was the worst answer.
Such a cop-out answer.
Cody, end us out.
All right, I'll tell you the problem right here. You understand with that? Kids. Okay.
What's the deal with kids?
What's the deal with kids?
I love my children. You understand? I'll do whatever I have to do for them. But your kids will always be in the middle of your argument between you and your wife. You understand? Because you and your wife could be having the most beautiful, perfect day. Did everything you wanted. You understand? But then here the kid comes.
Right. What do you want?
understand?
Well, the kid, you agree, and then the kid. But I wanted McDonald's. Oh, great. I guess we're having McDonald's.
There you go. Yes, and the kid will complain about something. Then you will jump in, you understand, to attack your child, you understand? And then your wife will be, well, why are
Oh.
you coming against our kid?
Hold on. We're attacking children now?
Your own children, verbally.
Verbally.
No. All right, go on.
But like verbally, you know, like your kids will be like, well, Dad, I want to do this, you understand? And when your kids are adults, you understand, somewhat teenagers, you'll be like, well, wait a second, you got your car that I pay for.
Right.
You got a license. You're able to do this, but then your wife thinks that your kids are like 10 years old to 9 years old. They're grown people. They can do their own things.
For anyone wondering, our brother here, Cody, is a licensed family therapist for
Yes.
going on 20 years now.
About that.
You started off
ruined
this
many
tangent.
marriages.
You started off this tangent by saying you love your kids. I'm just gonna say, I fucking hate my
Oh
kids.
Like-
God.
I got a
All right.
I thought you was
22-year-old.
gonna say
All
you
right.
hate
No,
Cody's
all right, you
kids.
guys
I
say
also
that.
hate Cody's
How about
kids.
when you go to the market? All right, a year or 2 years ago, it would be $200 fills up the house. Now it's $500 to fill.
Right.
You give the $400 or $500, you fill up the house with food, and now the kids are talking about Chick-fil-A. That, listen to me.
And the Sunday. It's closed.
$100.
Listen, this is the funniest thing that happened to me. How long has it been giving out the free turkeys to
At the
to-
market,
I was just
years,
gonna say,
30
No one got
years.
free turkey this
Listen
year.
to this.
Nobody reached the
I
limit.
did not have a free turkey for one reason. My dinner, my daughter orders food, Bob goes out and gets food. We don't eat it. So I don't go to the market.
So right, there was no free. Right.
Well, I have to say something. I think he must have stole this from the girls because the girls had this argument yesterday. Did you get a free turkey?
Right. Did you? Right.
And nobody unanimously
No.
out of our wives got a free turkey.
Here.
I
I'm
got-
gonna
I
tell
got-
everybody.
We got a free turkey.
I got a free turkey.
I didn't get a free turkey.
I had a free turkey.
I stole my turkey just to prove a point.
I'm taking a free turkey.
What's the one I love? They told me, oh, you don't got no free turkey. Oh, then I'll just put it back. Walked out with that stuff.
Like a boss. Like a
It was
boss.
like Saquon. He held it like a football.
Like a football.
I paid for my turkey.
I paid for my turkey.
Can I ask a question? Seeing
Yes.
as though we're going on kids and all the bullshit, and we all have teenage kids here.
Yes.
So, seeing as though we're in a
Recession.
no
Pandemic.
no the word where
Jersey.
everything becomes more
2022.
expensive. The word where
Recession.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Inflation.
Inflation.
So seeing as though inflation is a thing, my family, I used to go to McDonald's, spend $35, and when you were hungry 2 hours later, there was like a burger or a chicken sandwich left.
Right.
So now it's like $50, and possibly my wife doesn't get food. So
Right.
when I go
You walk out with ketchup.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
a chicken nugget. So when I go to fast food, I'm nickel and diming that motherfucker. Value menu, dollar menu. Does
If-
anybody else's kids just want the most expensive
Yes.
thing
Yes.
on the menu?
No. This is the best part. Guys, what you don't want to understand. In summer of 2023, everyone's going to be skinny and look beautiful. Do you know why? Doritos is almost $6 a bag.
So nobody's eating.
Oreos is at $5 motherfucking dollars.
All right, you're talking about. Wait a minute.
No, junk food
Hold on.
right now is
You're
the
talking
highest
about
it's ever
junk
been.
food.
It's funny because I've never been bigger.
A gallon of milk.
Because I'm gonna have my
Hold on.
You're gonna be eating an apple.
You're saying junk food though. A gallon of milk is $7, and a 12
There's
dozen of
nothing more
eggs
fattening.
is $6.
For me, it's the opposite effect. If I'm giving $6 on Doritos, I'm eating that whole bag.
Right. It's
But
not-
I get. But watch this though. Meaning, people are gonna end up eating apples. They're gonna be drinking more water.
Those are expensive too.
No, an apple is still gonna go 80 cents.
No, a bag of apples is $5.
Even
That's a
the
bag.
eggs.
There's
Even
8 apples, well.
Even the eggs are expensive.
You guys.
$6.
Eggs being
Everyone's
$4,
cholesterol
$5.
is
Right.
lower.
Guys, a Baconator meal at Wendy's with a large fry used to be like $10. It's like $15
Yep.
now.
I watched the
And the
thing.
sandwich got smaller.
I watched the
Listen,
thing.
That's what you
I'm
said.
gonna give Wendy's the best shop ever. They kept the 4 for $4 and it's still going. God bless them.
Wendy's?
I got one back.
Wendy's, we love you. If you're
Yeah.
listening, send us money.
Can
Send
you
us free
bring
food.
back the wrap, the chicken wrap, Wendy's, please? For the love of
I have
God.
insider information.
Who's
I don't know. So, the lady at Wendy's, me and her are
Her
good
name is
friends,
Wendy?
and she gives me her employee discount, right?
Uh-huh.
So the other Sunday after church,
I don't know where this is going.
we got Wendy's. It was supposed to be 75. Her employee discount dropped it down to 50. So I mention the names. If by some chance you're listening to this, it's Rocky in the Black Tahoe. Love ya. She gave me insider information that no one else is supposed to know.
Just say it already.
They're bringing the wrap back.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
All right, we're going to end.
How do I get this all?
This is I've never heard of this rap.
We're going to end.
I got one that beats all that.
I wanted to end on a high note, though.
I'm gonna end it even on a
All
higher
right.
note. Arizona iced tea is still $1.
99 cents.
They said the guy that runs Arizona iced
Will
tea
not let it go up.
should be running the Fed.
Right.
Well,
He
you know,
should be controlling all money and currency across the world. The fact that it has been $1 since the 90s.
Right.
Meaning it used
It's
to
not
be
even $1.
expensive.
It's
It's 99 cents.
99
Hold
cents,
up.
Kyle.
Meaning when I was a kid, hey, in Arizona State, you were splurging a little bit because you were only paying at the time 60 cents for a Coke.
Right.
Now it's like,
Yeah, but you should get
Right.
your money's worth because it was a 20 ounce
Two-
can.
$2 for a can of Coke that's this big, or the big
I'm
giant
not
can of
just
Arizona
make
Iced
it
Tea?
smaller, to be fair.
but now it's like you was, oh, you're a fancy fucking guy. You have the Arizona Iced
Right.
Tea,
Now it's, oh, you're
fancy.
cheap. You're getting a little broke.
It's now, think about it. It's now it used to be,
$1.29 for the
okay,
glass bottle.
what the fuck is it now?
$7. $2 for the bottle and $7 for the
$8
six pack.
We're at a time right now where it's $5 for a cup of coffee.
It is $5 for a medium cup of coffee.
I hate
$5.
Starbucks.
I drink Starbucks. I say $8 a cup of coffee.
I hate it. I hated it before it was even super expensive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us on this first episode. We will be back next week if we're allowed to come back
If
after
we
all we said.
offended anyone, we
if-
apologize
right.
from the bottom of our hearts.
Can I curse them or?
No.
Okay, I apologize.
Well, you were going to say what? Don't hate the player, hate the game? Is that what you were about to say?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the only podcast that was ever canceled after episode 1.
Right.
Before episode.
Thank you for joining us on the first edition and the last. No, we will see you next week. We will have more categories, more comments, and we hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if not, well, we'll try and do better next time. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Salute,
Good night.
everyone.
Peace.
Yeah.